A bit of product placement.
I don't think those pens here.
I should have brought a book.
Oh yeah! Oh.
Wait there. Your beard from morning?
Meet Naia Lewis. She's an author of children's storybooks, but the books come with a twist. They're not your ordinary, usual children's storybooks. They come with more of a cultural element. So they're bringing in Jamaican patois with a mix of English, British speech. This type of speech or even language resonates with so many. I know for my parents, well, for my mum, that was definitely her life. And even for my dad, to be honest, even though he's not originally from Jamaica. But for those that grew up in the diaspora, whereby they are first, second, or even third generation descendants of Jamaica specifically, because this is Jamaican patois books. This resonates so heavily. I know that it does for me specifically. So I get to speak to her about how things have been, how she developed the books, why she developed the books, and more. So this is Naia Lewis.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yes, I recorded from before. That's why I like to just do it. And then you see, you just start being uncomfortable. You don't even really realise all things.
I mean, we'll get there anyway.
Yeah, do I miss Gambia? I miss things about Gambia. I don't miss Gambia. And I know that sounds a bit bad, man, but I'm quite a believer of a person who, once the chapter is closed, it's closed.
Fair.
And I can move on quite easily. And I know most people aren't like that. I know I can be quite emotionally detached. Which I'm working on.
It's a journey.
It's a journey for real. Like, yeah. But when I'm emotionally attached, I'm very attached. There's no middle ground.
Yeah.
So like, for me right now, I just feel like that chapter's done. I'm kind of like,
fair.
Yeah, but I miss elements of things. And I'm sure the one thing about me is because of the detachment, I won't notice it until I'm there. So when I go back, I'll be like, oh my God, I miss so-and-so, I miss this. Do you know what I mean? But, sorry, excuse me. But where I'm not there.
It's just like a closed door.
Yeah, it literally feels like a chapter in a book. Turn the page, I'm on to, okay, that was Gambia, this is London now.
Yeah,
that's
fair. Okay. Yeah. What about your parents?
Like as if, do I miss them?
Yeah.
I miss them massively.
Okay.
Like, and especially because like, again, my emotional detachment stuff, with them, I'm very different. Obviously, because they're my parents, so they know me to a certain level that most people don't know me.
Yeah, they know
and don't understand
Ayesha.
me. Yeah. So even to, obviously, with myself, I probably don't know myself as much as they know me. But like, I miss hugs. I miss the emotional like catchment that they give me all the time. Like I feel like here I have to, because I'm by myself, I have to be so strong and make sure I'm and I mean I am like that anyway. But I just feel like I don't have that moment to just be
vulnerable.
Be like, oh, baby, like mummy's child, mummy and daddy's child, like, you know, like to just have that hug and have that moment and them just being like, it's okay. And obviously they still do that if I call them and stuff. But again, the way that I am, and to be fair, it's funny you asking me that because this week my mood's been so up and down. I've been like, I don't feel like I've really been myself. So like the other day I messaged my parents and I was just like, oh, I really miss you guys. And they're like, oh, we miss you too. And my mum, she knows what I'm like. Yeah. So she knows there's something that's not right.
Yes, if you're saying that,
So she was just like, do you want to call? Like, and I'm just like, my emotional avoidance, no, I don't want to. I just need a minute. I'll gather myself. And then
you wish that comfort blanket.
But if I was there, obviously I wouldn't be able to avoid it. I would just have to deal with it. And they would give me the talk and give me a cuddle and have a cry and, you know, but so I don't know. It's mad. Anyway.
Were you living with them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mate, I couldn't afford to like live by myself. The money just wasn't stable enough.
Fair.
So like, and especially in Gambia, when you pay rent, you pay for the year. And obviously it's not as expensive as here.
Yeah.
It's way cheaper, but it's still a big chunk of
at
money
one
to
time.
get. Yeah. So you have to pay for the year. And then another thing is, I didn't want to live by myself because I didn't feel safe enough to live by myself.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Gambia isn't safe, but
you're so vulnerable.
Feel vulnerable. I'm a female by myself, and there are people that love to thieve up your house. And
what does that mean?
Come thief in your yard.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It happens. There's a lot of petty theft, and people come in and breaking in your house. That happens quite regularly to a lot of people, whether they're in the house or not in the house.
Wow.
So I was just like, I don't want to live by myself.
Yeah.
Not only for that reason, but also like the upkeep of places in the Gambia is so much more work because you've got the what's the word called? Because the electricity is so unreliable. So you might have like a generator or an inverter. We had an inverter at my parents' house, but most people have a generator. So like if I was to rent a place, I'd most likely have to get a generator and then to be going out at 9 o'clock at night. Or you have to go and get diesel and fill up the thing. And most times there would be somebody there, like a guy or someone that's security. And but then you have to be careful with them security man there because you don't know if they're trustworthy and blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, some people, you just have to be careful with certain things. And the thing is, I don't mind telling people these things in person. Yeah. But most of the time I don't really say a lot. I do say certain things online. Obviously I'm saying it now. But like I try because people get scaremongered by things like that. Yes. And the thing is, those kind of things happen here. Yeah. Always. And I don't understand why people have this really weird mindset where, oh, no. When you go on holiday or when you go to another country, nothing ever happens. Like it's some utopia. Yeah. I find it so strange.
I think it's interesting because a lot of people do that when it comes to Jamaica as well. Yeah. And they will say Jamaica is very unsafe and the crime rate and all of that. And then when you go there and actually spend time out of the resort, you see, yes, of course there are dangers, and in certain places you have to make sure that you're looking, you know, you've got your vigilance about you, but it doesn't mean that everyone is going to try and rob you or everyone is going to try and do something to you. There's certain people and there's certain pockets in every society.
Yeah, exactly. Same here. Like, I'm not even being funny. So like Croydon for me, that was like my stomping ground when I was a teen, right? That was, listen, you just go there for everything. Croydon. Literally. So like, but now it's changed so much. I'm like, at my big age, I don't even want to go there because like it never used to be like that.
But and is it that it never used to be like that, or is it
no,
age?
No, it's not my age. Honestly, I swear. Because when I was there, I physically saw certain things that I have never seen before. And I know certain people might think, oh, I live in a little bubble, but it's not that. Like when I'm talking about seeing people dealing literally, like, and seeing, I don't even like to call like certain addicts. Like, and when I was coming, I was like, what is going on? Like, I don't usually see this kind of stuff. That stuff did not happen when we were there. It wasn't like that. Or it wasn't so seen like that. If it was there, it was more, you know, underground. Like, it's different. I don't know. I don't think, it's not my age. It's just different. I swear to God, it's different. Like, and I was just like, what's happened with Croydon? And like, the thing is, there's this guy on, I feel like I'm talking about myself way too much. But anyway, there's this guy on TikTok and he keeps trying to big up Croydon because I think COVID hit really hard. So there's a lot of shops that have closed down. It looks dead, right? Yeah. And like, so he's like trying to help, like promote it, which I think is really lovely. But like, people in the comments are like, yeah, whatever. Yeah. Like they're like, you don't know the real Croydon. We know what Croydon's like. You don't know what Croydon's like. So that I know it's not just me. Yeah. And I was just like, this is mad. What's happened? What's happened? But anyway, let me just pause and just say, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to my new podcast. This is episode 1 of Behind the Smiles with Ayesha Mae. And I'm here with
Naia Lewis.
Yeah. So yeah, like I wanted to ask you to come
Mm-hmm.
because I've been seeing you doing your thing.
Yes, I am doing.
Yeah. So I wanted to have this podcast to have real conversations.
Yeah.
Hence why I was there talking about certain things that I don't usually talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just to have real conversations and to really kind of peel off the layers of the smiles, I suppose, when really there's some deeper things that's going on.
Yeah.
Behind it, you know, everything that you're doing that looks so great. Not saying that it isn't great, but like even for me with my channel, everyone thinks this and this and that. I try to be as real and honest as possible, but then also I want to be private as well.
Of course, yeah.
I protect myself to a certain degree, and everybody does that. So I suppose that's also what the smile is as well. It's the protection as well. It's like almost a piece of armor, but. And I'm very much known for my smile, constantly smiling. I've always been picked up on my smile. People always say it to me. So I thought, do you know what? Behind the smiles. Okay, so I'm going to start off with how we met.
Yeah.
So basically, there was a school that I used to work at. And then the school was going through some changes. So then we brought some of our students to the school that Naia was working at. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't. Yes, I did actually. Yeah.
So that's why initially we were there. Because I don't think it was even, I don't know if they merged it in the end. I can't even remember.
They did,
They did, didn't they? Yeah, so there was a lot of changes. So that's how I ended up meeting you at the school. And when I first met you, I thought you were a TA like me, because I was a TA. I didn't realize that you were a teacher.
I started I'm trying to think about when you joined. I think I might have been either a higher level teaching assistant or a teacher at the time, but I can't remember. It was years.
I know, it was years ago. I always think back to my hair because I initially did a big chop in 2016. So that is like my benchmark. Yeah. And then I start thinking, like, was my hair perm? Was it not perm? Was it? Yeah. And then that is how I can kind of figure it out. But to be honest, yeah, it was before 2016 for sure. Because when I left working in schools altogether, I went to Italy as an au pair, and my hair was still permed.
Okay, and so when did the merge happen? Because I was a teacher from 2014. So I must have been
sometime before that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't remember how long I was there for. Yeah. And for me, that was like a long job role. Usually I jump from job to job. I'm like, I've had enough of this.
Same.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm so bad with working for other people, really.
Because I thought it was just me, because you know what? I would literally I remember not my first job, because my first job I was like 15, 16, something like that. But like after uni? Yeah, after uni, I did my big psychology degree. I just went and worked in Mango because I was like, I needed a head break. Yeah. But I remember when I was there and like people had been there for like some years and I was like, I'm not going to be here for a year.
No.
And they're like, no, that's what everyone says. I'm like everyone.
Yeah.
So you're like that as well?
Yeah. So I always say that I've got commitment issues, to be honest with you.
I wonder if I do actually.
So I haven't worked, since I've been 16, I haven't worked in a workplace for more than 2 years. By that 2-year mark, I've moved on to something else. And do you know what it is? I don't like the idea of people getting too comfortable with me, and I think I get bored very easily as well.
I get bored easily too. Like the reason why I'm like, because I'm like, that's me. I thought I was the only one, because like when I hear people saying, oh yeah, I've been at so-and-so for 5 years, 10 years.
How? I'm like, you are very loyal.
Thank you. I think the same thing, and I think to myself, you drive or you travel to the same place for 10 years. And this is no disrespect. I don't mean to be.
It's not. It's just everyone's lifestyle.
Yeah, it's not a bit of me, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's mad.
But I must say, I feel like, in a sense, that's a flaw of mine.
Yeah.
That I can't commit to a workplace for too long. I can't commit to this one place for too long. And I actually feel like in terms of my journey, it's been very disjointed because of my commitment in that sense. So I will start in one place and then I'll be like, oh, I'm flip, and then I'll go and do nannying, and then I'll go and do writing, and then I'll go back. And so nothing has ever been consistent enough for me to see the growth, which I really want to see, because I haven't stayed consistent.
See, I don't care about the growth. That's usually why I leave, because I'm like, I have no interest.
Fair.
I don't want to push it forward. I don't want to, like, that's why, like, working at schools, that was the longest time, but I was working at different schools.
Yep.
It started through agency.
Yep.
So then obviously, you know, you go to different schools, and that worked for me for a while.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because I like the change, the variety.
Yes. Honestly, that's when I most enjoyed teaching, was when I was a supply teacher.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I can't lie to you though, there was one school I was at and I loved it so much. And it was quite unconventional for the UK anyway, because they didn't wear uniform.
Okay.
And it was a primary school. But I loved it so much. And then I was covering maternity. So I didn't necessarily leave when I was ready to leave. I had to leave because the person was coming back. And I remember going from there to another school. And when I tell you, this school was not the same. It was a hard, tough school. And before leaving the other school, the little dreamland school, I wanted to be a teacher, and I applied for my was it SLT? What's it called?
I
can't remember what it's called.
QTS, qualified teacher.
No, not that one. It began with an S, and I remember I went for it because I had a degree already. I only needed to do like a year.
Oh yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah,
in the year top up.
Yeah,
the Schools Direct. You do Schools Direct?
No, I can't remember what it was called. It was S something. And I remember the head teacher of the school saying she thinks I would be great. So she actually put a leaflet in my pigeonhole and was like, Ayesha, apply to be a teacher. So I was like, okay. And then I flopped on my maths. And the thing is, I've never been a maths girly. I'm not even going to be like, oh yeah. No. And I think it's because I get bored when it comes to maths. Because like when I was at school and we would be doing something, they'll teach me something or teach a class something and I'll do it well. As soon as we moved on to something else and go back to that, I done forgot. So like when it came to the maths, I was like, this is so boring. Like just remembering, I suppose it's almost like not remembering facts, but it is kind of like just
methods and facts.
Boring to tears for me. So like, I just completely flopped on that bit and I was devastated. And then I went to this other school and then I was just like, absolutely not. Like, because I know as a newly NQT, new qualified teacher, they're going to put you in them tough schools. Generally. I don't know if that's how it goes now, but I was just like, nah, it's not a bit of me. So I'm so grateful that I didn't. And then from then what did I do? Yeah, so I was agency, ended up working at the school where that merged with yours at the time. And then I was just like, I think I was only there for a certain time. Then I thought, you know what, I want to look into, because with my degree, I did psychology, criminology. And I thought,
cool.
So
I did sociology and criminology.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Great mind. Think alike. So like, I was like, okay, I'm going to kind of look in the criminology kind of side of things. So I went into Serco. I was working with Serco. So Serco do the vans where they put the prisoners in the vans and they're escorting the prisoners, right? But they had this contract with immigration or something. So we had to like go through these forms and stuff. And I don't know why I thought that was a wait-in, but I thought, okay, that's a wait-in. Hated it. You know, they used to time our toilet breaks. I was like, I've never been, and the thing is, at first I was with a team, because when they first put the job to me, because I was through agency, right? When they first put the job to me, they were like, it's going to be like some admin thing. So there's me thinking, okay, cute. Like I'm going to wear some like cute little outfit or whatever. I remember going to like the, training and being like, what is this? We're there moving boxes and then taking our files. I was like, what the hell is this? Hated it. And then I was with a team, and I quite liked the team I was with, but we used to catch too much joke. So they split us up.
Yeah. I don't get why they do that, you know. Just let people do their work and have fun. Why must it be...
This is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. And I hate that. I hate it because you work better that way.
Yeah, you do.
Because, you know, you're happy.
Yeah.
Do they not want you to be happy?
And I feel like you actually are more loyal when they give you that leeway as well.
Yeah, so they split us up. And then I was with the next team and I couldn't stand it. And then, like, you know, you got them job worths.
Yeah.
And there was this one job's worth, and he'd be like, oh, Ayesha, you can't. I was like, you can't tell me. You can't tell me shit. Leave me alone. I need to go to the toilet. I'm going to the toilet. And I used to be that thing where I'd be like, so I need to go and change my pad. It's like, all right.
Yeah.
Like, don't, please.
Yeah.
Don't be disgusting like that. Like,
and you're a whole adult at this point. So.
Yeah. So, yeah. But then I went back to that school. And then I was...
You was a HLTA, right?
No.
Okay.
I wasn't, you know, but I had groups.
Okay.
I didn't want to be a HLTA.
Okay.
You see me, I was an avoidant. Same way, because anywhere they wanted to give me more responsibility, I was like, nah, all right, nah. Not at all, because I used to see my colleagues and they would be in that role, and I would be like, it's not a bit of me.
Yeah.
No, I don't want that stress. I just want to go home.
Okay.
I just want to, as soon as I leave this ground, I'm at home. I don't want nothing to do with this place. Because certain times when I had my little group, and then I remember when they were like, oh, Ayesha, you need to plan your lesson. Plan what? Like, I was just like, and I'm like, I'm not
getting paid what you should be to do that.
But actually, I didn't know this, but my pay kept getting
higher.
Yeah, higher every single, was it term or year? They kept adding to it, but I didn't realize that they weren't doing it to everyone. I thought they were doing it to everyone.
I thought they were doing it to everyone.
Yeah.
Just us.
It's not until I spoke to one of my colleagues at the time, and she was like, what? She goes, no, my pay's not changed since I've been here. And she had been there longer than me.
Okay.
And I was like, dude, I don't know. Mine just kept changing every year. And I just thought everyone else's was getting changed every year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just realized it just wasn't, I felt so unfulfilled, because to get a bit more, like, say, I suppose not deeper, but I was seeing like a lot of the Black children just getting the same stereotypical treatment. Like especially the boys that were quote unquote a little bit more difficult. It's because they had certain things going on at home. And to be honest, I was one of those people that literally looked at them and like rolled my eyes until I got to know them and realized, and I was just like, I felt bad for the way that I initially thought about them. They're just babies. Especially at primary school, they're babies. Like, and I was just like, you know, they weren't catering to their needs. Like, one of them, he loved science, loved it. But I think he was way too intelligent for what they were giving him in the classroom. So he would just act up. And then, so I noticed this. I was trying to be that person to try and help him, because I also, when I was at secondary school, nobody helped me. I was in the lowest groups and like, I was getting bored. And so I noticed that in him. But obviously he was acting out way more than I ever would. I was too pregnant to be acting out. My dad would have whooped my back. There was no way. I had too much consequences. But like, I just realized school just wasn't for me. School was not for me at all. But I feel like, I don't know, the school system, I'm very much I don't really know about the school system.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you in that sense. Like, I feel like it's very, there's only one side, really, isn't there? There's only one route. You know, you're following the national curriculum and there's no swaying in that way. So
how did you find that as a teacher?
For me, I found it very restrictive. Personally, because I sometimes you want to deviate. Sometimes I feel like there's a lot of time pressure. There's a lot of expectations, I think. And don't get me wrong, of course, as a teacher, you should expect to have particular results and things like that. But then it becomes more about the numbers, you know, how well are your class doing as a whole, rather than, okay, you know, we really need to take a step back and look at this particular child and make sure that this child is progressing. So we need to change what they're getting. But actually, how many ways can you differentiate a lesson? Yeah. And there's only one, and you have to do it within a particular time. And so it's like there's too many children to cater for in that sense, but you're still expected to make sure that everyone progresses. And if you think about it, in any other area of life, if you've got 30 people under your name, then it's very difficult for you to ensure that all 30 people are doing the right thing if there's only one of you. Yeah. Do you understand what I mean? Whereas if you have smaller groups, like that's why children in independent schools are more likely to do better, even if they had the same competency as someone who went to a public school, because they're smaller groups, so they can be targeted easier. Same within like tutoring, when you have tutoring groups and you have like 6 people in the group, you can target, even if they were failing in school, you can target them better because you've got more time you're not stretched as much.
That's what I used to think. I used to think, boy, I don't know how you lot do it as teachers, because I couldn't do it, you know, especially with like my experience at school. Secondary school more so. Primary school was just a playground. Primary school for me was a major playground, but it's a lot. It's a lot. It is a lot. How was it for you when you were at school?
I really enjoyed school. Yeah. I really liked homework. I really liked being, you know, the one who knew the answers. I wouldn't say, I don't know if it's studious is the word, because I like to get everything right. Okay. And I like the fact that I knew the answers to stuff. But my issue was when I didn't know, and I didn't know how to navigate the system. Say, for example, if there was something that I didn't understand in maths, then I shut down completely. But the reason why I wouldn't say I'm studious is because my friends, the people that I always associated with, were never like me in that sense. They were never as studious as me in that sense.
So what kind of picnic were you at school there?
It's a mixed bag.
Did you get into any fights?
No, I didn't. I wouldn't say I had lots of fights. I wouldn't say that. Yeah. But I think that my upbringing was very, like I was exposed to a lot of things in that sense.
Did you have like a strict upbringing, would you say?
No, not at all. No.
Really? No. I would say I did really far. No. What years were you brought up?
I started school in 2000. It started secondary school in 2001. Yeah. So I was in secondary school from 2001 to 2006. I'm really telling my age here.
Oh, so you are younger than me.
Yeah, about a few years.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
I think because I have an older sister, I think that my
I didn't know you had a sister either. So you didn't know I had a brother. Yeah.
But I think my mum was just more, you know, you're always freer with the younger one than you are with the older one.
Oh, so that's why. Because I was like, no, I'm the eldest.
Yeah. So my sister got into like a lot of trouble when she started secondary school in terms of, you know, coming home late and all of that. Yeah. But when I did the same thing, it was just
my parents were so much more lax than my brother. I mean,
because by the time you get to second, you're tired.
They were different. Like I used to listen when I was younger, right? I used to play out on the road.
Yeah.
And just literally like different roads near to my house, right? And like if I was 5 minutes late, I used to get grounded. Literally, my dad, you're grounded. That's all I used to hear. You're grounded. But if my mum was home, I knew I wasn't grounded. My mum was the softer one, but my dad, and he 2 minutes late, you're grounded. Like, but no, like with me, even they weren't. I wouldn't say they were strict. My dad was stricter than my mum. Yeah, but they were quite. They were proud of me no matter what I did, and I was brought up. I was spoiled for quite a while. I didn't know. Like most of my peers only had to cook from like 13. I don't think I started cooking until I was like 15 or 16 or something like that.
Well, to be fair, that's actually still quite young in comparison to a lot of people these days. So
yeah. And then, but I suppose from back in the day, my peers, that was old.
Yeah.
And I never used to clean my room when I was at primary school age. My parents used to clean my room, and I used to come in from school and go, can I go out to play? Because them times as well, I used to walk myself home from primary school.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. And
the good old days.
I know, innit? And they'll be in my room, tidying my room, and I'll be like, oh, can I go out to play? They're like, yeah. And I'll go out to play. So I definitely had a bit of spoiled time, but I didn't have like super strict restrictions, but I knew the boundaries, especially with my dad. But I would push it a little bit, but I wouldn't say like, it's weird because I would say I pushed the boundaries a little, but not massively. Like I feel like I'm still the same now.
Okay.
Like I'll push it a little, but I'm not rebellious. I am and I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It depends what it is.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like I wouldn't be the one to like say jump the trains. You know, back in the day you would just be like, yeah, like, but I can't lie. When I was younger, my mum would go to see my aunt because we used to live in Thornheath, right? And my aunt used to live in Clapham. I'm only saying this because they don't live there no more, nor do I. But my aunt used to live in Clapham. So we used to get the train, and I remember us getting on the train and never paying.
Yeah, but that was normal then.
No,
I thought that was just...
No, you're supposed to get a ticket.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, you know.
Yeah, and then like, I remember also one time, I can't remember if it was a ticket inspector or someone came to my mum and said, oh, what's your name? Or it might be a man that was trying to move to her. Yeah. And there's with my big, bright, broad self. And I said a full government name, middle name, and everything. My mum was like,
yeah.
Shut up. So you would say that your upbringing was quite, like, you felt quite free and...
Yeah, definitely felt free. I think in terms of my mum, she was tired by the point of parenting my sister. And I think that I also was I used to ask a lot of, I wouldn't say rebellious, but I used to push my mum for why can't I do this? Why can't I do this? And so me and my mum had quite a lot of clashes, especially when I was a teenager. I had a lot of clashes with
me
that.
And my dad had a clash.
Yeah. And I think that kind of wore her down.
Yeah.
And so actually I went to go and live with my dad.
So your parents went together?
Yeah. So they went together, and I went to go live with my dad for a little bit. And then when I came back to my mum's house, I just kind of did what I wanted. But I think the one thing that was good about me is that I enjoyed school.
Yeah.
So I still went to school every day.
Yeah.
I still did my homework because I liked learning. I liked knowing stuff.
Yeah.
So that was never an issue in terms of that.
Yeah.
But it was just more, I think I just had other stuff going on.
Yeah.
But the school stuff was done. So.
Yeah. I feel like my motivation was I wanted to get somewhere. I wanted to be something. Yeah. So that's why, because I hated my secondary school. I thought it was a pile of crap. From what I found out now, it's been academized.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised. Yeah. It was rubbish. It was very much, because we all know schools are businesses, right? But it was very much a business. They were just pushing the children that were in quote unquote intelligent, and anybody else was just kind of just left behind in the dust. But I'm grateful because I don't know how I managed to get out of that school, and I still managed to get into university somehow. So, but even for me, school, it wasn't too bad. I did try and push the boundaries a couple of times. Me and my dad definitely would clash because we have a very similar personality. So certain times, like, I just wouldn't want to do something just because he said.
Okay, yeah.
So then we're having an argument, which wasn't good. But yeah, and then there was a tough period in my life when my parents were really going through it. It was a really, really, really tough period for me. And I ended up being like the caregiver to my brother for a little bit. Not for a long time, but at that time, it felt like a long time. And I didn't want to be there. I was doing all kinds of stupid stuff.
Because you wanted to be a kid.
basically, and I couldn't for that moment. So I know that has had an effect on me as an adult, along with some other stuff that has had some effect on me as an adult. And I think also for me, like, even growing up and getting older, I was still kind of like babying my brother because I felt like I still had that. Yeah. But then I'm also a Cancerian, so I'm very motherly anyway, you know. But yeah, so that was quite tough. And I know that has had a knock-on effect to even relationships. And I didn't realize that until 3 years ago, something like that. Because like, when I tell you one guy that I ended up with when I was like 20 something, why? And like, my parents were like, they didn't understand, like, you know, you've got both of us, we're still married, we still love each other, and you've got issues with being in relationships. Why do you have issues? Like, what's going on? And
because I thought that when you started talking about being avoidant, but I was thinking, but your parents, how are you avoidant? Your parents are together, but things happen along the way.
Things happen, like, and I've had a lot of I've had a lot of things happen. I think, like, when it comes to, do you know what? I wholeheartedly, because I used to love watching like Cinderella and them kind of things. And I really thought that was real. So I just thought you just be yourself and you just be, you know, whatever, and everything is fine. And like, so like this one guy, he just, oh my gosh. It wasn't just him. It was me too. We were the worst together, and we would break up, get back together, break up, get back together. And that went on for like 5 years, which was like ridiculous. But I also allowed a lot of things. I allowed a whole lot. I didn't put in any boundaries. I didn't speak up for myself. If I didn't like something, I didn't want to rock the boat, so I wouldn't say anything. And I just put him on this major pedestal and was like, I can't believe this guy likes me. You know, and all I wanted was him to love me. And I just thought, the more service I just realized literally the other day, can't even lie, that my way of showing love is through acts of service. I didn't realize that. That's not the way I want to receive love, but that's the way I show my love. So I would try and do this, I'll try and do that, I'll try and do this, try and do that, thinking, oh, you know, I'll do these things and he'll love me, he'll like me, he'll love me. And no, it's not the way forward.
Trust me, I know.
So I just want to get back to your books. So what got you into writing in the first place?
I think I was looking for an outlet of expression, definitely. In terms of, I used to write a lot informally, like in diaries and things like that. When I was younger, especially when I was going through some things, when I was younger, I used to write a lot in diaries. And I also felt like I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with life. And I think that's where the idea of writing in terms of, in a more formal way, came about. But in terms of with my daughter, when my daughter was born, I feel like I didn't know how to bond with her. And I was a new mom and I wanted her to talk, but I felt like I didn't have nothing to talk to her about. And so I wanted to write stories because when I was younger, my dad used to tell me stories. He used to, he didn't read any stories, but he used to tell me stories. And it was, me and my sister used to love it. It was so exciting because like he'd use Jamaican patois. And he'd be telling stories like Goldilocks, but he's doing it in a Jamaican accent. And
so cool.
So it was very, very fun. And we used to love bedtime. And he'd make up, it was never going to be like the Goldilocks story. It's going to be his story. And I like that. And that was something that I definitely remember from my childhood. And in the same way, I wanted to do that with my daughter, but I'm not very good at just telling stories. And so that's how I think I'm more ordered in that sense and structured. But I wanted her to still have that same experience and still as a, you know, third generation away from the Caribbean. know, you know, this is where your roots are coming from and have that connection. Her dad is Jamaican as well.
Okay.
And so just being able for her to pick up on that language and be able to celebrate that side as well, if she is, you know, in the UK, still having that connection. Because I think as the generations go on, it's harder for the children to still see themselves as, you know, from the Caribbean, from Africa. Like, how do you do that when you have 3, 4, 5 generations in the UK and you see that side maybe twice a year?
It's true. It's true. I totally get that. So I get what you mean. And I also get what you mean in terms of like not having that relationship with your culture or your country or whatever, because me growing up, I didn't know next to nothing about Gambia. And even though my dad was born there, he came here when he was 13. So he wanted to fit in as much as he could because he got bullied heavily. And I don't know if you know, but a lot of children in the Gambia, they're a lot smaller than children here.
Yeah, similar in Jamaica, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
So when he came here, he was 13, but looked probably 10 or something like that. So he got bullied back. So he just wanted to assimilate. And he found his people in the Jamaican culture. So for me, growing up, it's more Jamaican culture.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same.
Even though I didn't go to Jamaica until I was 18. And I haven't been back since.
You need to go. You need to go.
I know this is a bit controversial, and I've never said this on camera before, but the reason why I didn't go is because I just didn't have the relationship I wanted with my grandparents.
Yeah.
I was avoiding them for a long time, and which is sad. And I always wanted to have that relationship, and connection, especially with my grandma. And before, because they only passed recently, within the last 3 years, something like that. But I had this notion, okay, I'm going to go to Jamaica, I'm going to go and stay with my grandma, I'm going to get to know her. But that was fairy tale. She never opened up about nothing. It was always very much surface conversations. And I hate surface conversations. I avoid them. So if I see somebody that I haven't seen for like years, I hate them. How are you? No, it's so boring. Like, just miss me. I'd just rather say hello and just keep it moving. So the thought of going there and not being able to get to know her. So I just avoided. Jamaica altogether, if I'm really honest. So it is a bit sad now that it's like, oh, now they've passed away, I want to go. It's a bit off key, but it is what it is.
And I feel like it doesn't necessarily matter. You don't need to go to Jamaica and go and spend time with your family. The first time I went to Jamaica, I think I was 21 or 22.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I was quite old.
Yeah.
But then in terms of my family, like actually connecting with my family, that only happened 2 years ago.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? But I've been going to Jamaica all this time.
Oh, wow.
But I hadn't done that. So but it doesn't matter, because I feel like you can still make those connections if you want to, but you don't have to.
Because that's what I was going to say as well. No disrespect to her. There's certain family members, yes.
Yeah.
But I'm more of a person where I feel like you make your family.
Yes.
Because family can be family, but it doesn't mean that they're family or you're close or your friends or your whatever. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So I've kind of come out of that thing where I'm like, oh yeah, just because we're cousins, or just because you're my uncle, or just because you're my auntie. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Like, it's just like, we're people. Yeah. We're all people at the end of the day. Like, and if we get on, we get on. If we don't, then we don't. Yeah. But yeah, that's partly why I haven't been. I haven't been for a long time. But I love the fact that you're trying to bring in that, thing. Especially, I love the fact that you try to find something to connect with your child as well. Because like, there's a lot of mums that feel a certain way when it comes to like having a child and things like that. It's not easy being a mum. No. So like it's not easy being a mum, and I feel like the way that being a mum is portrayed in the society, I don't feel fits everybody's framework, and I don't feel like it's a very fair portrayal. They make it seem like, oh, it's just this beautiful thing. You have this child, you dress it up,
Yeah.
you go here, you do that, and it's so wonderful and it's so great. It's hard work. Like, partly why I don't even know if I want to have children anymore. Like, when I was younger, I wanted children.
Yeah.
Always thought I was going to be the one to have children, even before all my friends. And I'm here and I'm like, I don't know about that anymore.
Yeah.
But if I'm honest as well, there's a part of a reason why that as well, because I had a miscarriage in 2023 and which I find funny because my last video where I mentioned, I had my breakup and whatnot, and I'm not looking for anything or whatnot. Do you know, I had a comment. Some man said to me, you don't need to worry about finding a relationship. You need to worry about having a child. It's just like, I hate people when they say that you don't know what somebody's been through, and miscarriages are quite...
It's a complex thing to deal with, I can imagine.
Yeah. And not only that, like, a lot of women have actually been through it. And I'm kind of grateful at the stage that it happened with me. It was quite early. But like, I'm just like, for someone to just say that and you're a man, you don't know fuck all. You don't have a clue.
You don't.
Since when was the last time you pushed a pick-me out your thing? Like, please, several seats. Like, I just literally, I was like, the one thing that I do is if I see something, comments on my thing, I just don't even respond to it.
Yeah,
I just
I'm
block
lucky
it.
on that.
What do you do?
So at the moment, I think especially recently, I've been getting a lot more comments on my page, and so I've been responding because when you respond, it drives engagement. Blah, blah, blah. But there are some people that are very nasty with their comments.
Yeah,
and I feel like sometimes I get into this. I'm like, but you don't know me, so how are you even having this type of conversation with me, or you think that this is your place? But what I need to remember is that I should not give that person that space, because you literally don't know. You probably have your first impression of me right now. So I need to work on that, to be honest with you. Block, delete, keep it moving kind of thing.
Yeah, for me, I just feel like it's just the best thing to do because you're not going back and forth.
And
you're like, what's the point? And like, for me, I'm very much a person, I just like to preserve my energy. But I will say to you though, as much as I might block, delete it or remove it or whatever, that comment will be ringing in my mind for like hours. I'll keep going over it. But I'm like, why? I don't understand why it's got so much power over all the other lovely, like, Ayesha doing so well, and I get way more. That's 90% more that than the odd off-key one. So I don't understand why that one. Why? And I hate that it affects me like that. I hate that. I'll keep thinking and thinking. And because in my head I'll be thinking, I would have said this. And I'm like, no. Do you know what? Do you know what happened as well recently as well? So someone sent me a message on Facebook because I've got a Facebook like page for my YouTube. And they said something like, it was quite a nice comment. It said something like, no, it was a message. Something like, the fact that, I've moved back to London and because I've been talking about how I've been going through some difficulties. And they were like, I've also moved back recently. Here's my number, whatever. And I was just like, that's nice, but I'm not going to contact you and I'm not going to lie to you either. So I said, thank you very much for the message, but I'll be honest, I'm not going to contact you, but I appreciate the sentiment. Flipped. Then he sent me another message. Oh, you're racist because I'm Indian and blah, blah, blah. I was just like, he started making up this whole scenario and story.
But that's the thing, you don't know what mental state these people are in. Because the fact that he's sending you his number in the first place when you haven't invited or asked for it.
And that's not the first time that's happened. People will put their number in the comments. And I'm like, are you all right? Like, no.
But for you to put your number in the comments where other people can see
that's
your
what
number,
I'm saying, even more so.
You can't be all right. You can't.
So I literally I didn't respond after that. I just blocked, deleted. Then he went onto my, one of my videos and put something, and I can't remember what he said. Again, had to block it. And he was like, he said, I see you deleted one of my comments on whatever. I was like, I didn't do anything. He said, make it the only thing I did. I saw the message on Facebook, responded to it and then blocked him. I did nothing else besides that. So then him saying that, oh, I didn't do anything. Like, I don't know what and I almost went, I don't know what you're talking about. I literally went, I don't know what you're talking about. And then I said, I caught myself.
Yeah,
and I was like, delete, block.
That's it, because they want your energy. They want your energy. They want your time. They want to be seen. They want to be noticed.
Yeah, and trust me, I have had some madman that I did end up meeting online. This was when I first moved to Gambia, and he ended up, I'll have to tell you this off camera because I'm not really ready to share it on camera. He, just to get my attention, he did something so extreme and illegal. I'll tell you. I'll have to tell you that off camera. But I still didn't know about it until about a year or more later. Someone told me about it, and I was just like, wow. The extremes that people will go to just to get your attention, I think is wild. And that is partly why I haven't grown my channels to the way that I know it could be, because of when I was in Gambia, people would notice me all the time. And, you know, I would just, I don't know, just be at a restaurant or whatever, and they'll come, oh, Ayesha. And it is lovely, nice, but it's a little bit scary sometimes. Like,
because you don't realise you're putting yourself out there, but actually when you put yourself out there,
you're putting yourself out there. So like,
people see you.
Yeah. And then even being here, I've been noticed a couple of times as well. And I'm like, I didn't think it was going to happen here because London's so much bigger. And I don't know. There was one time I was literally walking down the street and someone waved at me from the van. And I was just like, hi. But I don't know if it was because of that or if it was just that they were, I don't know. But there was someone that literally saw me on the bus and went, Ayesha, I knew for sure. And there was someone else. But like, I've had a couple of other people like, and I'm like, is that from social? But the thing is, my first thought is not that. My first thought is, why are you waving at me? Who are you? I don't think, because my channel is really not big. It's very small. So
I mean,
it is.
You've got a decent amount of followers.
Yeah, but it's not that big. Like in the scale of things, it's not that big.
You don't know who, you don't know who's connecting with you. You don't know who's resonates with your, your journey, particularly in Gambia and stuff like that.
So how have you found that? How have you found like social media for like your getting yourself out there? Because I have seen you do certain things where I'm rating you so much. Like where you got on with, was it DJ AG?
Oh, DJ AG.
Yeah.
Don't say AG. He'll help you.
Oh, sorry. DJ AJ. Yeah.
No, wait. I'm saying it right. DJ AG.
This is what I said.
Yeah, it's a tongue twister. But he gets so offended by it.
Oh God.
But I think it's a tongue twister.
Yeah. Sorry. No, this was. Okay. DJ AG.
Yes.
Yeah. DJ AG. And you like made up like a little. Did you make up your thing on the spot or?
No. So that's a story. It's one of my children's stories. Yeah, but I just did it over dancehall rhythm.
That was really good. How did you get the confidence to do that? Because I could not do that,
So do you know what it is? When I'm in Jamaica, I'm a different person.
What's your name in Jamaica?
No. In a sense, I'm like, I don't know. I think I just feel more free there.
I get what you mean.
And so I take a lot more risks in general when I'm in Jamaica. I'm not as, I suppose, fraidy to do things. In that sense. And to be honest with you, though, I love a mic. I love a karaoke. I'm big on that. That's my thing.
Just got comfortable with that, like more within the last year. Yeah. So I was doing it a lot in Gambia at my friend's restaurant, but before that, never. I was so shy. Yeah. I was so shy.
That's my family's thing. All of my family, we love karaoke. We love games. Like, we're all like that. So we grew up in that sense, in that way. So not afraid of a mic. And anyone who knows me knows that if karaoke's on,
you're the one to jump out.
I'm on. But I just thought it was an opportunity.
Yeah.
DJ AG was there. Yeah. And I was walking through Kingston. I was just walking through. Yeah. I was going about my business. And I just saw a little crowd. I was like, what's this crowd all about? Yeah. And so I went there and I saw certain people there, they were performing. And I said, do you know what? Like, they were performing songs, they were musical artists.
Yeah.
And I said, do you know what? I'm going to come back the next day and perform, and just, like, it's just exposure at the end of the day. And so I got my beat, I got my USB stick, and my stories are already in rhyme. So, and they already follow a rhythm pattern. So it's just saying it on beat. So I said, why not? And I did it, but I'm glad I did it. And, you know, I feel like it's good exposure.
So do you feel like your social media is helping to actually make sales with your books?
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
And the only reason why I asked that is because maybe it's because there's a different space, because with interior design and a lot of interior designers that I've been speaking to, a lot of them have said that they've had moments where their content has gone viral, like millions, have made no sales.
Yeah, that happens as well. Yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely. It's not always every viral post makes sales, but I definitely have found a trend that in certain times, especially like when I've done collabs as well, you can see the clear spike in sales. Like, I feel like definitely when other people endorse you, that's really useful, because people like proof as much as people like to say that they don't. People like proof, and so when you do have endorsements from other people who already have a platform, they're more likely to believe the other person and trust in them than they do in you. So I'm a big believer in collab where you can, especially if you're starting up. But in terms of my posts as well, definitely I've found that if I'm talking about particular topics, or if I do go viral, I see a spike in sales. So it definitely is useful. Some people have never come across your page before, but they come to your page and then they see what your page is actually about, and they get in contact with you. So
how did you develop everything? What was the journey like, developing the books, the characters, everything? Like, when did you start? What was let's dial back a bit.
All right. So after I had the idea of starting the books, my sister just had a son. And so a lot of my inspiration for the characters was based around having a little boy, a little girl, because my daughter and my sister's son are 11 months between each other. So they're both young. And so I wanted a book that represented, you know, them too in that sense. So I definitely want to have a little boy and a little girl, but I wanted them to be, in a sense, learning the values from the Caribbean culture, but in a way which is fun.
So were you pregnant during the time you were thinking about this?
No, I just had my baby.
Okay.
And the idea came to me when I was breastfeeding. And I wanted to share something with her. But I just didn't know how to do it. I didn't know how to connect with her. It took me, to be honest with you, like, you know, people say, oh, you know, you see your baby just fall in love. That didn't happen for me.
So do you think you had postpartum?
I probably had it all. I probably had it all. Jeez. No, that was hard.
Really?
Yeah. But I don't know whether it's that or whether it's just the fact that when you first meet somebody, she's, at the end of the day, we've known each other from the inside, but you know, when they first come out, you still have to get to know that person. The love doesn't necessarily come straight away. So I don't know if it's that. But there was definitely a disconnect. But I felt like it was my duty to connect and to look after this tiny little human being that I created.
So sorry, I just want to ask, and tell me again, we're getting too much into your business, but how was it for you while you were pregnant? Did you feel the connection while you were pregnant?
No.
Was it a thing of, oh shit, I'm pregnant, what the fuck? Or was it, okay, I'm going to be a mom, let's just kind of figure this out? Or was it something completely different?
So initially I was excited. Initially, I'm just thinking about it. Initially I was excited, I would say. But life happens. Do I want to talk about this? I don't want to talk about it.
No. Okay. Let me. All
right.
Okay. So
think about it.
Okay. So
when part of the journey.
Yeah. When I got pregnant. And I'll be honest, it's my second pregnancy.
Okay.
My first one, I had an abortion when I was early 20s, 23, something like that. And I had the abortion because I was going through a time where things were a bit difficult. So my grandmother, she had come over from Jamaica, right? And she wasn't doing very well. She had psychosis. But my mum at the time, she had injured herself at work. I think she had, like, they call it tennis elbow, because she used to help elderly people. But, you know, with a lot of these jobs, sometimes it's not staffed properly and all of that stuff. So she was doing things that she shouldn't be doing. She hurt herself. But she was the only person at the time that was going to be able to look after my grandmother, right? So my grandmother came and stayed with us. And I love my grandmother. I do. It was just difficult with her being there. And I found it very difficult. And
yeah, of course.
especially the age I was at, I still was trying to figure out who I was. So I remember just randomly I was in Tesco's and some guy was following me. That was a red flag straight away. But so I was in Tesco's and I noticed some guy following me, and then I went across the road and went to another shop, and he came into the shop, and then he came up to me and quote unquote chirps me. So I ended up seeing this guy for a bit, but to be honest, he was an escape for me. He lived just off the road where I used to live, and it was just a chance to get out the house, get away from my grandmother, get away from everything. I felt so heavy at home. So obviously we were doing what we were doing. I fell pregnant and he already had a son. But from what I knew, he didn't have a relationship with him. And then I was always like, never gonna have an abortion. Never. That was never something I always felt I was never gonna do.
Okay.
When I got pregnant, I was so happy because, like I said, I've always been mothering, always wanted to have that, always wanted to have a child. I was so happy. And then I told him, and he said to me, I don't want it. And if you have it, I'll walk past you and your child in the street. And I was just like, okay. And I just thought to myself, I don't want that, because
of course, the
dad that I have, and then I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And I just thought, how can I selfishly, this is how I felt. And I know a lot of people are going to feel very differently. But I felt, how can I selfishly just have this child knowing your father wants zero to do with you, and already isn't really dealing with the own child that he has already. And not only that, I didn't really like him.
Okay, fair.
I didn't like him as a person. I thought he was stupid, and I just literally, he had no intelligence, and I just didn't respect him. And I just thought to myself, number one, I shouldn't have laid down with him. And number two, I've gotten pregnant now, and now I'm going to have a child with somebody, and yet my dad is who my dad is.
So that is, I think that's such a big contrast for people. Like even me, I had that battle of feeling like my dad is a very, everyone knows that my dad is a very decent man.
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel like, how do we end up in these situations when we have a good, or at least decent father figures, you know?
Yeah, but I knew why. I knew it was a knock-on effect from what was happening, what had happened at home when I was like 16, leading up to when I was like 20-something. I was still trying to understand and have... I was trying to understand who I was and my emotions. And I think I kept going for guys that I knew if they left, I wouldn't care.
Okay.
Or do you know what I mean? And it was because of what had happened. Again, I don't really want to talk because I don't mind telling you personally, but because it's my parents' business, so I don't necessarily want to say. But because of what happened there, I was trying to protect myself by being around men that I knew weren't going to be around, or I knew wasn't good for me, because it wasn't too emotionally deep There was a certain cut-off point. So I knew that if they went, they would go. That's it. I wouldn't care. But yeah, so I had that abortion. And then when I got pregnant in my last relationship, I thought I was going to be like super, super happy. And I wasn't.
Okay.
I was like, what the fuck?
It's daunting though. I think the whole idea is very daunting.
Yeah, because I was just like, I'm living with my parents.
Yeah.
I can't remember, I was late 30s. I don't have enough money to sustain myself. I'm in a country where the healthcare system is really bad, to be honest. I'm in a long distance relationship. As much as there was a lot of love there and whatnot, it was still long distance.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I don't know. And I just was like, I'm just going to have to get on with it. And literally that's what I thought. So I've literally got like, I remember recording myself. I was kind of doing little like diary entries and just talking to myself and just kind of trying to navigate
that
through
space.
it.
Yeah.
So to be honest, when I did have the miscarriage, I blamed myself because I thought it was my fault why it happened.
Like speaking it into existence.
Yeah, because I just didn't know how to feel about it. And I was just like, yeah, that year was really, 2023 was really tough for me. And my grandmother passed away that year too. So it was like literally, miscarriage happened. And then I think a couple months or a month later, my grandmother passed away. And there were some other things that happened that same year too. And it was just a lot. And I think I did feel depressed for a hot minute, if I'm honest. I don't really know what depression feels like, if I'm honest. And I'm grateful that I don't, but I was very low. So I would say that for me felt like depression. I didn't feel like, I don't know. I just felt low because I don't think I can really say I was depressed, but I did feel very low for a while, and it was quite visible to those around me. Whereas usually I can kind of contain it, put a smile on it, and just be like, okay, I'm going to push through. And I really couldn't. But I'm also very much a person where I can't hide how I feel either.
Yeah.
So if I'm feeling away, I'm feeling away. And if it makes someone feel uncomfortable, whoops, while I'm there, then it does. But that's how I felt when I was pregnant. So I know that for a lot of people, it's not, again, what they show on TV.
Right.
It's not always my God, we're pregnant.
Yeah.
Like, you know, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's oh, fuck.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people, obviously, I don't know what you went through in terms of the type of things that you were saying in your video diaries, but a lot of people can have those thoughts and still have a baby.
Yeah.
So I would don't think that is your fault why that happened.
No, I know now.
Yeah.
I know now, and I've processed it, and I've gone through it, and I know, and I'm fine with it now.
Yeah.
I think I am fine with it to a degree because I still don't know if I would like to. And to be honest, I'm fine with that, knowing that if I don't have a child now, I don't mind. Like, I'm absolutely fine with that. If I do, then, you know, but it also depends who I meet now. You know, if I meet someone and I do feel like I want to, but I have to feel like I want to, I am not doing it because someone else wants a child with me.
Yeah, definitely.
Because at the end of the day, as much as you will be with somebody and they can be the best partner and they can be the best husband, they can be the best dad, but you are still lumbered with it more times. It's still 90-10. It's still going to be like that. So I need to know that I'm ready for it. 100%. Exactly. So that's why I'm like, I'm not there. I'm like 40% possibly.
See, I feel like with me, I assumed in my mind, because I had a fairly decent split in regards to being brought up by my mum and being brought up by my dad, I assumed in my mind that's how it would be. Yeah. And so when you're faced with the reality of what it really is, it does make you make harsh decisions. Do I really want to be in the situation? Do I really want to have this child? Yeah. And so definitely while I was pregnant, I couldn't imagine myself being a mum. I just couldn't. I knew that I was going to be a mum. It was happening, but I couldn't imagine. Like, I just couldn't imagine connecting, and it took a while.
Yeah,
I think it was maybe 3 months.
Yeah,
until she about 3 months. I can't say
heard that a lot.
Really loved her.
I've heard that a lot. I have definitely heard that a lot. It's not. For some people, it might be an instant spark.
Yeah.
For some, it's not. It varies.
Yeah.
It's not this one black and
magical,
white situation. It's very much a spectrum.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, so we go back to the characters.
Yeah. So yeah, in terms of the characters, they are an inspiration from both my daughter and my nephew, and just embodying that, and then being able to connect with their, part of their culture. And so when my daughter would breastfeed, I would come up with ideas.
Wow, that's crazy. It's almost like she was, like, you would think she was draining you, but she's not. She's nourishing you at the same time.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. So, and I would because she used to, at that time, she was very, very young. So she would breastfeed for a longer period of time, then she'd fall asleep. And then I kind of have this spare time, and this, I like that creative side. So it was almost an outlet for me. And so I'll be excited to tell her the story when she woke up.
Oh, that is so
all
cute.
Of that sort of stuff. And I've always had a passion for writing. And so for me, it felt like, why not share this with the world in that sense? And I felt like it was something that my inner child also enjoyed. Like with sharing the Caribbean stories. And so surely there must be other people that want that or enjoyed it. And I feel like a lot of the feedback that I've got back specifically has been like, I wish I had these stories when I was a child. It's a variation. It's not full patois. My story is not in full patois.
But I love that. Yeah. It really resonates with me.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's many others, because like you say, there's a whole generation of us that came over, especially on the Windrush and all that kind of stuff. So and I've spoken to a lot of my friends about your books, and they're like, oh my God, it's such a good thing. And especially because my nieces, they're mixed Bangladeshi and Jamaican.
Oh, cool.
So my cousin's been like, oh, I want my children to know about the Jamaican side of Jamaica. And I was like, I hear that, because he goes, no one's cooking Jamaican food. I don't cook Jamaican food.
Yeah, to be honest, I only cook Jamaican food when I am in Jamaica. Okay. Or if I'm really, really feeling for something, I very rarely cook it.
To be honest,
I just cook other food.
It's a bit controversial. I don't really like Jamaican food. No, I don't. I don't like your usuals. I can't stand hard food. I hate boiled dumpling. I think it's disgusting. Okay. I like fried dumpling. I like festival. Yeah. I like escafish fish or just fish with what do you call it? Crackers and whatever. I like that.
Steamed fish,
Yeah, steamed fish. I don't like curry chicken. Can't stand it. Steamed chicken, whatever. I can't stand it. I don't eat red meat. I used to.
Oh yeah.
So obviously I don't eat oxtail, curry goat, none of that. I don't like manishwata.
No. I've taken it too far.
Thank you. Do you know that when I first went to Jamaica, right? We went to a family's house. I don't know. I can't remember what relation they were to me now. And to celebrate us coming, they killed a goat. And them times I did eat red meat, but I went to the house and I've never liked the butchers. Never liked the smell. It always made me feel really bleh. So we went there and all I could smell was the dead goat. And to this day I can still smell it. And then I remember my parents like, oh, do you want manish? Are you mad? No. No. And I don't like Jamaican soup.
I feel like them things are a culture shock for us, because at the end of the day, even though we have our heritage just in the Caribbean, we're still British. You know what I mean? So there's certain things that we're just not exposed to. Seeing a goat being killed or whatever, we're not exposed to them things on a regular basis. We might even eat the meat. But we don't know where that meat really comes from.
Yeah, and that's what I found also, because in Gambia, they during Tabaski, they kill a goat or whatever also, and you would kind of if your neighbor has done it, obviously you can smell it as well. And I remember my mum telling me, this was before I moved, that so there's a family friend, a friend of theirs, right? And he was like, oh, I want to take you guys out or whatever. So they go to this place and I think they killed the goat there. My mum was cussing. Because she's like, no, no, whatever. But yeah.
Is your mum British born?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Whereas her, so I didn't even finish. So she's got, it's not just the two of them. There's her brother, her sister, her brother, her. Then she's got another brother and then a sister who were born here. So 3 of them were born here, 2 of them born in Jamaica. Yeah, so yeah, she's very British and like she used to make certain Caribbean, Jamaican dishes. My dad actually made some Jamaican dishes, but I made one once when I was in uni. I made curry goat, and that was it. Yeah, I've never even I don't even like now. I cook for myself all the time. I love making myself a nice little meal. But it will never be a Jamaican dish.
So I feel like to be honest, I very rarely cook these days. Yeah. But I feel like the reason why I don't cook Jamaican dishes so much at home is because it takes a lot of time, effort, more time. You've got to fry something and then you've got to go back and cook it again in another way. And I just haven't got time for that. No, don't get me wrong, I order it all the time. That's my go-to if I order food. Right. But cooking it...
No, I don't cook it. And the same with Gambian food. I don't cook Gambian food either.
Do you like it?
I do. And I didn't think I would. I really didn't. Before I went to Gambia, I was just like, I'm going to get skinny. What I'm going to eat. There ain't going to be no food. I do like it. But I guess too much preparation.
It is the preparation.
Pear chopping.
It's long.
No, I don't do it. I don't do it at all. But I do love your books. I obviously don't have one myself because I'm not a child, but I have been showing my friends and everything, and I think it's such a really cool concept. And I love the way that you're doing so many different things on social media to try to push it out there. Like, it inspires me because I'm not that. As much as I have my YouTube channel and whatever, I find that I can be quite shy with certain things.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And I'm trying to push myself and not be so shy. I have my moments because, like, those that know me know that I'm a not crackhead, not a literal crackhead, but I'm just, I love to just be make free, jokes, whatever. Like, you know, I'm very free and open. But if you don't know me, I'm not. I'm very closed. Like, I'm the complete opposite. So I can come across very different. But yeah, so I can't remember why I said that now. But yeah, like I do love the way that you are doing different things. You're pushing yourself. You're doing. I love it.
Do you know what it is? I feel like this is the first thing in a very long time that I'm truly passionate about. Yeah. And so I feel like I work long hours. Yeah. And I don't necessarily feel like I'm making that much money from it. Yeah. But it feels worth it because I feel like this is something that is useful to people. Yeah. Especially people that are like me, you know. And, you know, I've got a lot of customers in America, like, who are part of the diaspora. They're part of the Caribbean diaspora, but, you know, they're in America. So it's like people didn't realize how much they need it in the same way that I kind of felt like it. You know, you want to, especially as someone from the diaspora, you want to keep that connection. And then you have Jamaicans who have moved to foreign, and they've got children that haven't really got a clue. You know what I mean? So it's like they still want to keep that alive. Yeah. Of course, it's not 100% in patois, but at the same time, neither are the children who are reading the stories. They won't be able to understand it. So it's about creating like a nice balance between what they're used to and what you're trying to teach them.
Have you felt like you've had any like pushback from any Jamaicans saying, "Oh, it's not real"? Jamaican? I'm not surprised.
I have. Especially when I first started and people, I was doing a lot of collabs. Yeah. And so then people were buying the book and they're like, "Oh, I expected more patois and da, da, da." But if for me, I feel like if it is fully in patois, how can somebody engage who does not speak patois? That's like if I say I want to teach my child French, and then I'm buying these books in complete French. but my child has only known English for a certain amount of time. How can she engage? And I feel like the way for people to engage is to find similarities, to find those connections.
Yeah.
And then obviously as their language progresses, then they can have more exposure to more patois. But if you're a baby in understanding patois, then and you haven't got that exposure from your parents or your grandparents, it doesn't make any sense to me.
But I think it makes sense because you are literally plugging a hole for a mixture of us that kind of don't have a place.
If
it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because no, we're not all totally Jamaican.
Yeah,
we're not all totally British. Either.
We're not.
So it's just like we're in a middle ground where I'm like no man's land. So can we so can we have some books from no man's land?
Right.
Like, why is it that it has to be all one way or all the other way?
Exactly.
Like, it doesn't, there is a middle ground.
Where that's where some of us sit. Especially as part of the diaspora, that's where some of us sit.
Yeah.
But I will say that there have been I have had positive feedback from some Jamaicans who are just happy to be seen in some form, in a book form, or that their children are able to be seen in that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there's a lot of school books, as you probably recognize or probably know, which might talk about certain aspects, but they're not necessarily always celebrating the culture. So it's nice to have that, especially in a way that's fun, relatable. Yeah. You know, it's not taken too seriously. My books are not, you know, they do have lessons because I'm very passionate about teaching children lessons. But, you know, it's done in a playful way. It's done in, you know, a banter way. So, for example, a lot of people say to me or DM me and say, you know, it's a joke in our house to say, brush your teeth from money.
Yeah.
Because they've read the book. Yeah. They wanted their child to brush their teeth, but it's become part of a joke in your household, even though the message is brush your teeth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I get what you mean, because even at home, in Gambia, whenever, like I tell you, I'm quite jokey, quite jovial. Whenever I would hear like a bang or something, I would always say, who's mashing up the place? You mash up the place? So then, because I started saying that, my parents have started saying it. Yeah. So then if I did something, they would be like, mash up the place. Yeah. And the thing is, when someone says that to you, you always feel like, no, I'm not doing anything. But like, it's also very funny. Yeah. I feel like that is what Jamaican culture is.
Yes.
That's what I feel anyway. Like, always make a joke out of something serious. Yeah. And that is Jamaican culture. And I feel like that kind of like humor can be lost on certain other cultures sometimes. They don't get it, they don't understand it. But it is what it is. That's just how Jamaicans are. So I really love the fact that your books are the way that they are, and that you've got your characters, because don't you have like your YouTube, you're starting to play your characters on YouTube?
So all of the stories are on YouTube. So if somebody doesn't buy the book, or if they're using it as a supplement, you know, there's still the accessibility for people. Some people like YouTube, some people like physical books.
That's true.
So
I think that's something good to cover. Because there are people, especially older people, certain times, or even not even just older. I think certain people these days are watching a lot of YouTube for their TV streaming. Rather than watching like your other streaming platforms or whatever as well. So I think that's really good to make sure that you're touching all bases and bringing out the characters and everything as well. That's really cool. Are you able to get like your books in the libraries and things of that nature?
Not that they're in the top 5 libraries in the UK.
Really? Wait.
This is a normal thing, as in it's a legal requirement.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So everyone that publishes a book must deposit their books to the national libraries.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So they would be in there. Yeah. But in terms of local libraries, not that I know of, unless they are requested by people. So if someone says, have you got so-and-so book? Then in that way. So I think a lot of my stuff is online at the moment in terms of people buying.
Like Amazon.
Yeah, it's on Amazon. Amazon and other bookstores you can get from as well.
Okay. Like Waterstones.
Waterstones, especially the hardback copies.
Okay.
I forgot what I was talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, just the social platforms where you got it online and things like that.
Yeah. So in terms of social platforms.
YouTube.
Oh yes, so it's on
TikTok.
YouTube. One thing I wanted to actually say about the YouTube was the fact that I am passionate. I feel like it's very important that when you have art,
Yes.
you are the leader in sharing the art with the world.
Right.
And so a lot of the time people can read your stories online, put it on YouTube. They can monetize off of it if they've got a large platform. And I feel like when you have stories or when you have any type of art, it's important that you are the forefront. And so that's why I was very passionate about making sure that I'm reading my stories online, because a lot of people do, even whether you like it or not, will will breach copyright rules and will tell your story and things like that. So I feel like, if someone is going to be on YouTube and they are happening to research my stories, you're going to find a version from me.
Right. Yeah.
Even if you do find a version from someone else, you're going to find that version from me.
Have you found that already? Have people been trying to copy what you're doing, or?
No, someone did message me actually, and they said, would you mind if I read your story on my YouTube channel?
Okay.
And I said, I would mind.
Right.
That's not the direction I want to take my YouTube in. And that's because I knew what I was planning to do with my YouTube.
Right.
I knew that I was planning to start the reggae read, which is teaching younger children how to read.
Yeah.
And I knew that I wanted to tell my stories, but without musical background, just telling stories.
Right.
And so I felt like you sharing the story on your platform it's not the direction that I wanted to take.
Well, it's good that they asked you, though.
It's very good.
Because a lot of people don't. So it's good. It's definitely good that they asked you. Yeah, for sure. A lot of people don't. They just
do
see it as public property and just take it and just move on. Don't care. So that's good.
Yeah.
So is there anything else you want to mention? I feel like we're coming to the
end.
Yeah.